If you've ever ignored something only to realize later it was trying to save you, stay with me. And if stories like this pull at something deep inside you, subscribe to Emotional Pool. At first, it was just a dog. Thin, dirty ribs showing through its skin. It started appearing outside Daniel's shop every morning. Same time, same spot. Just sitting there watching him. Not barking, not begging, just watching. Daniel noticed it, of course. How could he not? But he had his own problems. Bills stacking up, customers getting fewer, and a silence at home that had been eating him alive for 3 weeks. 3 weeks since his daughter, Lily, disappeared. No call, no trace, just gone. The police had searched. Neighbors had helped. Posters were everywhere. But nothing came back. So when that dog stared at him every morning, he didn't see anything special. Just another burden he didn't need. Go away, he muttered one morning, waving it off. The dog didn't move. It just tilted its head like it didn't understand why. Daniel turned his back and went inside. Days passed, then weeks, and the dog kept coming back. Same time, same place, waiting, watching. Sometimes, when Daniel locked up at night, he would see it again, sitting under the streetlight, eyes fixed on him. It started to bother him, not because it was aggressive, but because it wasn't. It felt intentional, like the dog wanted something, but Daniel refused to care. He couldn't afford to. Not now. Not when every second of his mind was already screaming one question. Where's my daughter? Tell me in the comments. Have you ever ignored something small, only to realize later it meant everything? One evening, everything changed. Rain was falling hard. The streets were empty. Daniel was closing up late, slower than usual. Exhaustion dragging his every step. As he pulled down the shutter, he heard it. A soft whine. He turned. The dog, standing closer than ever before. Soaked, shivering. But this time, it wasn't just watching. It was pacing, back and forth, looking at him, then turning, then looking again, like it wanted him to follow. Daniel frowned. Not today, he said under his breath. He turned to leave. Then the dog barked. Once. Sharp. Urgent. Daniel froze. That was new. The dog had never barked before. Not once. He looked back. The dog locked eyes with him, then ran a few steps away. Stopped. Looked back again. Waiting. Something in Daniel's chest tightened. A feeling he couldn't explain. Annoyance? Curiosity? Or something deeper? The dog barked again. And this time, it felt like a call. Daniel sighed. Fine, he muttered. Just this once. The dog took off. Not fast, just enough to keep ahead. Leading. Through narrow streets. Past closed shops. Into parts of the neighborhood Daniel rarely went. The rain got heavier, but the dog didn't stop. And now, neither did Daniel. His heart was beating faster. Not from running, from something else.
Love is
something
a beautiful
grown. Dangerous,
place.
fragile.
Love is
They reached
good.
an abandoned area. Old buildings, broken windows, silence. The kind of place people avoided. The dog slowed down, then stopped in front of a small, crumbling house. It started barking, loud, repeated, then scratching at the door. Daniel's chest tightened. Hey, what is this? He whispered. No answer, just the dog insisting. Daniel stepped closer. The door was slightly open, just a crack. His hand trembled as he pushed it. The wood creaked. The smell inside hit him first. Damp, stale, wrong. Then, the sound, soft, weak. Dad, Daniel froze. His world stopped. That voice, it couldn't be. Dad, Lily. He rushed inside, heart exploding in his chest. There, on the floor in the corner, his daughter, weak, pale, but alive. Dad, he dropped to his knees, tears flooding instantly. I'm here. He held her tightly, afraid she might disappear again. She was shaking, but breathing. Alive. Give this video a like. If you believe sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest miracles. Minutes later, help arrived. Police, ambulance, questions filled the air. But Daniel barely heard. He only held Lily's hand, refusing to let go. One officer approached. How did you find her? Daniel turned, looked toward the door. The dog was sitting there, quiet again, watching, like it always had. He pointed. That dog, it brought me here. The officer frowned. The dog. Daniel nodded. But when they both looked again, the dog was gone. Just gone. No sound. No trace. Later that night, at the hospital, Lily spoke softly. Dad, the dog. Daniel leaned closer. What about it? It stayed with me. His breath caught. What? Every night after they left. Someone brought food sometimes, but when it got dark, I was scared. Her voice trembled. But the dog, it stayed. Daniel's eyes filled again. It didn't leave me alone. Daniel sat back, silent, thinking about every morning, every time he told it to go away. Every moment, he ignored it. And still, it never gave up on him. If this story touched something in you, you need to see the next journey. Because sometimes what we overlook is exactly what's trying to save us. The next morning, Daniel returned to his shop. Same time, same place. He stood there, waiting, hoping, but the dog never came back. Some people say it was just a stray. Others say it was coincidence. But Daniel knows the truth. Because sometimes life doesn't knock you out. Sometimes it sits quietly, right in front of you, waiting until you finally choose to see it. Thank you for being part of the journey at Emotional Plum.